This is a 1975 W200. It was the epitome of McCool Auto. It was what created McCool Auto back in the day.
I guess the first memory I got of the truck would be I was probably 8 or 9 years old when my brother Stanley bought it. The ugliest green and white truck you ever seen in your life, but it was pretty cool because it had some jump seats in the back. And I remember I never had seen nothing like that. So the first trip I rode in it with, I got in the back and was flipping the seats up and down. I had it painted black inside and out, which I thought was a real good move after he brought it home.
There is a picture of me holding 2 squirrels in front of this. I'll show that right now. Dad took me squirrel hunting one morning, and I was very proud. There's another dealer tag inside here for 1998, and I'm betting money this truck was used then, because I can remember it, and I was born in 96. I stuck my finger right through it, so it was a matter of time before it got worse.
But mostly I was concerned about the rust. The frame was just really too scaly to be safe, and I'd always kind of wanted to get a donor truck.
Howdy folks, and welcome back to another exciting video. As you saw, we're back on the black family heirloom Dodge truck. Now this thing has a rusty frame, but we're gonna fix that because my uncle bought it new, he sold it to my dad, and now I have it, and I wanna take care of it. So you saw at the end there, we have our blue donor truck for the frame, the running gear, and everything. So in today's video, we're pulling the cab and the bed off of this truck and making sure that it is mechanically sound. We gotta check through the brakes, make sure it can run and drive. I want to make sure this truck is top notch to go up underneath our family heirloom truck. So stick around to the end of the video if you want to see, do we get this thing accomplished and is the frame worth it? And before we get started, you know we have to hit it with that McCool Auto American flag sticker. Link is down in the description below if you want to get one for yourself. When I bought this truck, I was told that it did drive into the shop. It was loaded on a trailer and unloaded off the trailer and drove into that shop you just saw. I fully believe that. It just sat for a few years, so that's the only issue that we're running into right now with the ignition module. Now the brake is locked up, so we're going to attempt to pull the brake apart. We tried pushing it back and forth on the ground, and nothing happened.
Oh, it's like the same diameter.
It's perfect. Yeah, it's like a press fit over here. Oh. You got it. You're so close.
How's it going to be that hard?
There it is. Let's take a gander at her. Well, Briar, get the hammers and pry bars. It's a good sign it's got oil in it.
It's clear too.
That's all that you get for putting power down. That's it.
Dinky.
Dinky. You ever to pull one of these apart?
No.
Here's your lucky day. That's the one. Okay. Golly. That was annoying. Well, it's moving. I can get that bearing out of there. It's just stuck with the shoes. I would like 2 things, Briar. If you'd be so kind as to give me pry bars, paper towels.
We might be out of paper towels.
But I'm oily.
I got a water hose.
Okay. I wonder if it'd help to torch it too. Everything's going wrong, so we've resorted to trying to torch the drum in order to release these shoes. Maybe that'll get hot enough and expand, but we've pried on it back and forth, and I wanted to cut the little pins off that hold the shoe on, but I can't get anything in there to cut them. So we're just gonna torch things. Heat usually makes things better, I think. Coming up.
Oh, mine's moving now.
All right, push against that block of wood there.
Still hot.
Is it? Oh, there you go.
Golly, this thing weighs a ton.
Oh, nice. Oh, you spilled gear oil over your lap.
Dang it!
You're gonna stink the rest of the day.
I didn't even know that.
I'm sorry. I forgot to warn you.
Oh, what do you want to do with it?
Ow! Freaking splinters in the metal. Ow!
Yeah, don't look.
Ow!
We didn't do the threads any. I might have to go home after that one.
Oh no!
That's bad.
That is bad. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have warned you. Oh, brother. Ugh. All right, drums apart. We have got to replace shoes and the wheel cylinder. It looks like this side was leaking pretty good. That might have caused it to seize up. Then we're gonna resurface those big boys right there. Got new wheel seals on the way. Wheel cylinder, shoes, hardware, anything else we might need, we might get it. So we should be all right. Now we gotta go take apart the other side. This one moves, thankfully, so that's nice. I mean, it's a nice one. It's been sitting since 2011. Figured we can go ahead and do a brake job on it just to make sure it's okay. The fuel tank still worked. The fuel pump still worked, which it was a farm truck, so it might not have been off the road since 11, but it was just a farm truck since then. So it's probably been used, you know, in the past few years, but they just didn't drive it anywhere. They only used it on their farm, from what I was told, at least. So, I mean, judging by everything else on this truck, that's the story I'm going to go with. There we go. This side looks much better. They must have been messing with that side a lot.
Yeah.
This side looks like it ain't been touched.
Oh no.
Don't do this to me. Oh, okay. That was brutal. We did it. Looks dry, but we'll go ahead and change it regardless just to be safe. Oh, the bearing and the seal came out with that one, so good. There's this side done. Briar has just got his side as well. Got the wheel cylinder out. This side didn't appear to be leaking, but the other side did. So I figured, you know, might as well while we're here, just change it both because I want to see what it looks like. Oh, well, it was full of fluid, but it looks kind of cruddy. So they had them available, pretty cheap, so we just went ahead and replaced them. And actually, I think these are 7/8 bore. We're going to upgrade to an inch bore, and it'll bolt right in. Some people even mentioned about, you know, you can replace these with an 1 1/8, but you got to get that from a Chevy 1-ton. So I just went ahead and just did the regular 1-inch bore, and that should do the trick. So there we go. New wheel cylinders going back in. Briar's a professional over here with the brake lathe. Look at him going. He's getting our rear drums sorted out. This was the side that was on the passenger side. It had a really mean hook on the inside. He just cut that out. So we're gonna do a couple passes just to make sure that it's good and smooth. And it's got a ton of material left on it. So once he gets done with that, we'll be able to put these things back together. I am looking forward to driving this thing to make sure it actually functions as a truck. Great news. Briar is done with resurfacing the drums. Everything looks good. So I went ahead and popped the inner bearing in as well as putting in a new seal. So we're ready to put this thing back together. We can do that because we've got the new wheel cylinders in, we've got new shoes, everything has been put back together in its place, and I'm hoping that when we bleed them, they stop. Gosh, that would be great, wouldn't it? Rear brakes are bled and adjusted. We've got the wheels back on and Briar's gonna lower it down on the ground. We are about to test drive this thing and see, does it have 3 gears? Does it have overdrive? Do the brakes work? Does the engine not wanna blow up? Find out here soon. Nice. It's a truck again, Briar.
We hope.
Yeah. Let's get in this thing and take it for a test drive. I might have the timing a little too high. I need to check it with a light because it kind of is idled up a little bit, but it runs. There you go. So our brake light went off. The anti-lock brake light also went off, but it seems to come and go. I don't really know. But most importantly, the horn works. Okay, let's go down into, that's reverse, neutral, drive. Yeah, the anti-lock light came back on. It's almost like the brakes are holding. Interesting. The calipers might be sticking. Probably rusted. Power steering's working though. We're just gonna take it for a short trip and just see how things are going. Yeah, because I think the feels like the front calipers are not really cooperating right now. Power steering's good. Pulling. It is a little low. Battery's charging. The temp hasn't come up yet, but it is full of coolant, so that's nice. What do you think? That's normal. They all do that. I think the front brakes are sticking a little bit because it's kind of, well, I'm not even holding the brake right now. Listen. Like it stops itself. Yeah. Sounds like that front left's sticking, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Might have to replace the front calipers, but we'll try it just to see. I just want to make sure we have gears. That's two. It shifted good too. I mean, it was a pretty firm shift. It just feels like I'm pulling a trailer because the brakes are holding. Like I'm having to give it throttle to keep moving. It's trying to stop itself. And the problem is, the more heat it generates, the more clamping force it'll give because that fluid starts to expand. Yeah, it totally just stops itself. Oh. Uh-oh. Just a short little jaunt, just to see if we have gears. That's two. It's three. Dude, it's braking hard. It's got 3 gears and I guess having a hard time pulling against it. Some will turn around. It stops good. We just don't need to get too far and lock this thing down. I can smell it already. It had 3 gears. We didn't get up fast enough to do the overdrive. I mean, this truck is showing 118,000 miles. We turn around and come back, and the steering wheel, that's new. Was it like that before?
I can't remember.
We'll have to go back and check the video. We might have to, golly. I've definitely ridden in worse riding trucks, but this one's a little noisy. Typical Dodge. The hinge pin's all wonky, and the door just doesn't feel like doing anything anymore. Oh yeah, do you smell the brakes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, might try and crack the bleeder on it and relieve the pressure off of it. And then probably gonna have to put new calipers on the front. But that's not hard. You got new pads. We just don't want to cook them. But we gotta resurface them too, Briar.
Darn.
Sorry. Oh no, we lost pieces and stuff. It sounded like a thermoquad when I got on it. Oh. Maybe don't do that. Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. Well, we're back. So it seems like the fronts are holding. I'm gonna feel the temperature. So that one's not really hot. Let me try this side. Oh, you can hear it? You hear the pressure releasing on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely this one here. I can hear it slow. Yeah, it's holding on this side. Oh yeah, look. Yeah, that caliper is not happy. Not happy at all. Let me check the other side. Yeah, they're both holding. So, guess what? We get new calipers. Yes! Oh! Got the wheels off and it is hot. You can feel the heat coming off these. I'm gonna crack the line going to the master. Maybe try and get this thing to bleed off a little pressure. Ooh, it's so hot. Not quite. So it looks like we're gonna be prying these things off of here. Yes. Eventually. At some point, a hammer comes in handy. And really anything can be a hammer if you try hard enough. Oh yeah, I mean that's what stinks is these pads have a ton of life. Hey, whoa!
Just throw on the ground.
I know, right? It's hot. It's hot, it's hot. Hey look, it moves. That's nice. Woo! Hot, hot, hot. Yeah, the pads on this side look okay. Pads are good on this side. The other side, it had one that was just completely metal. But now it'll rotate. Yeah, no grooves are cut in this rotor. I don't want to have to do it, but I guess it's all we can do. Briar, to just pull this whole hub. We got it. It's not good, but we got it. Dang. That's the only way to get this off. All the Allen head bolts that hold this thing on, they completely rounded off. So luckily, I think everything else is fine. We were able to get these two out, and I think if we get, oh yeah, look here. See, this one spins, but the Allen head was completely broken. So if we can get a new one of these and some new hardware, I think we'll be all right. Because the other side was broken anyway; it wouldn't lock. So we're gonna have to replace them regardless. But now it's easier to do. Look, they all spin. All of them are spinning. You just couldn't. Well, that one's not, but you could not get to it with the Allen head. Great news! None of the bolts for the locking hub want to come out. We got two out on that side and we got two out on this side. I'm having to drill out the other four. This one was already broken, so I knew I was gonna have to replace at least this one anyway, but whenever that one gave me trouble, we ended up just drilling them out. So I've got two more on the way. I just didn't want to have to do that, but if you want four-wheel drive, it's just a necessary evil. So I'm drilling all these out currently. Ta-da! So now we're actually inside of the hub. On the other one, these screws, as soon as we got in here, they threaded out by hand, which is so annoying. But these are probably gonna need a little vice grip work. But anyway, all of that is removable now. We can handle that. And when I order new hubs, it comes with all this new. So that's a good thing. It's a bad thing that I had to buy it, but it's a good thing that they had it. Yes! Oh man, forgot about ordering wheel seals. Here's our new, well, used rotors. They're all clean. Got them resurfaced. Got the bearings repacked, new seals in the rear. There we go. Sweet. Oof, that looks good. There we go, everything's back together as far as the hub is concerned. Let me wipe my chrome off, man. We gotta be shiny over here. It's in free, so if we turn it. Locked. Yes. There we go. Wow, we did it. Car's, oh, this is a truck. I'm hot. This thing is ready to go. Brakes are done. We've bled the fronts, new calipers, new pads, resurfaced rotors, new shoes, new wheel cylinders. I think we're okay. We just cleared out a little spot right here so I can drive it. We're going down the road. We did jack it up, and after bleeding it, the wheels would actually spin. So I was a little worried that it might be the master cylinder holding pressure. So I cracked this line and nothing changed. So I think the master's okay, but it may need changing here eventually. We don't know. But everything else, gosh, everything's new. Everything's new besides like our rubber parts, but they all looked fine. This thing better do well now.
Somewhat normal.
Ooh,
Is it bad?
goes from the floor. Why does the pedal go all the way down? I wasn't like that before. Which maybe we need to adjust the rear some more. Oh, angle light came on. It holds. Oh, and it's moving. Oh, dude. It's good power brakes. That's what it is. We found a vacuum leak, and I think the last time we drove it, it had a high idle situation still. I'm thinking that it's the fast idle solenoid that's on the throttle body. So it's got like this little switch that, depending on RPM, the timing, the temperature, it'll actually engage the throttle to where it'll idle it up. And we were sitting there playing with it. It was up to temperature, and sometimes it would stick, sometimes it would return. So it might need to take it apart, spray it with something, or just replace it altogether. They do still make them, thankfully, but I think we're all right. Panic stop. I think we're okay. Yeah, that's more comfortable. The seat finally.
You lean back now.
Yeah. Oh, look at
Farmer.
getting my tan on with my burn holes in my shirt. Just have little tiny spots that are tan. This thing was a little low on coolant, but we're just gonna ignore that for now. Pedal goes pretty far, but I think that you mash it and it builds up pressure. So I'm wondering if, I mean, it could be a master cylinder seal not fully there, so we might end up having to replace it. But it did stop it. It's just quite a large truck to be faded brakes, you know. I'm looking for 4 gears this time. That's 3. We want overdrive. We want overdrive. We want overdrive. Kind of worried that the switch might be bad. It's got an OD off switch. Yeah. It's hydraulically controlled. It could be unplugged for all we know. All right, and stopping. It stops good, but the pedal has a lot of travel in it, so I'm wondering if we have a leak somewhere where we're losing pressure. Drives pretty good though, don't it, Brian?
Until you hit a bump.
Yeah. Until all the door pins and everything rattles. Oh, downshifts.
Uh-oh.
Probably be good, you know, use a good transmission service and everything. Filter and pan gasket, but it's got 3 gears. We never checked the fluid in it. We just hoped that it was good.
I think we got a wonky tire.
I think we have 4 wonky tires. If the speedometer's right, we're doing about 53, 52. And slowing down. Yes, we're losing pressure somewhere. We'll just have to kind of look through everything and check and make sure that it doesn't have any leaks or anything, but at least it's good so far. It has most of the things we need. And you know what I found out, Brian? The radio works.
No way.
It actually plays music. It's hooked up to the antenna. So we can put CDs in here, we can be playing music.
Oh, yes.
Give me a little FM converter. Oh, man. Rough ride. Having a great time right now.
Haven't even turned on your AC.
Oh, it's already open. Yeah. Oof.
Much more enjoyable.
Now we're riding in style. I gotta pump the brakes up a little bit.
There
thing still running? Oh yeah, it's still running. It's quiet.
It's not as loud as we normally mess with.
Yeah, if I pump the pedal up, it has a better pedal. So that's great. Yeah. Oh,
Whoa.
it wants to go. The shift's great, honestly. Oh, it does have overdrive. Did you feel it kick in? Yeah, it kicked in overdrive. I heard it. So we have overdrive, and it didn't slip going into it. It was solid. Here, let me see if I can make it do it again. Yeah, that solenoid is holding the idle open right now. So I'm gonna shift it by hand. That's first. Second. You gotta be going a certain speed. Third.
Oh yeah.
Hey, we have overdrive, ladies and gentlemen. No problem. I love this. For a ugly looking truck, it sure does run and drive nice, don't it?
Yeah.
And it's got a working horn. That's worth at least 20 bucks. I'm starting to think the alternator might be a little weak because it's still showing charged or charging. Well, it's running about, golly, I don't know. That's charging all right. Maybe it's okay. This is awesome. I am so proud of this thing. Well, first test drive was successful. Well, second test drive was successful. You think it'll spin tires?
Dang. Oh my gosh. I wonder if that's the bald one, because one of them was bald with a mess.
Hey, it kicked the rear end out.
It did.
It had to spin too. Don't be hating on my race truck. Okay?
I race you in mine, it's the same thing.
It's the same.
It pretty much. Mine's got bald tires too.
I think mine's about twice as heavy as yours though. See if it's idled up.
Very.
Bit. That solenoid's hanging open.
God.
It's snappy. Yeah.
Smoking a little bit
Is it really?
out of that side.
That's fine.
I smell coolant.
Smell cool. Yeah, I mean it's low, so it's probably a little warm. Hey, did it latch? Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we pushed some fluid out of the rear because we had to max the pedal out. There's either a leak somewhere or the master cylinder is just, yeah, look, it's dripping out of the back of it. I knew it. Oh, back. That's like a telltale sign whenever you're having to pump up pressure, especially with one that looks like that. Yeah, it's just, there's a seal in the back of the master cylinder and they dry rot real bad. So it's just, heck, that's probably why it smoked when I revved it, because it sucked some brake fluid in. So we'll have to, I figured we'd have to change that master cylinder, but we don't have to right this second. We just know that we have all 3 gears plus overdrive, and it runs, drives, and stops now. So we're back. We've got this big old massive truck on the lift, and we've honestly run out of lift. But we're gonna get it up so we can actually get the bed unmounted. We've got to get the cab off. We've got a lot of work ahead of us to get this thing to where we can use it. Because once we get the bed and everything off, we're gonna take the frame and we're gonna clean it real nice, paint everything while we're here, and make it look really good. So without further ado, let's see how this truck looks underneath. It looks great under here, honestly. I don't see any rust. All the supports in the bed look great. It looks fantastic, honestly. Look at that. No problems whatsoever. Compared to our other truck, I mean, this thing is way, way better. So, with that being said, we have talked about maybe swapping bed floors and using the bed sides off that one. It really just depends on how bad the floor is. Because looking underneath it, you really can't tell anything, so we need to pull the bed liner out and just kind of get an assessment on how the bed itself looks. But everything on this truck looks great. Further up we go, all the floor pans, rock solid,
no problem. All this bed support, or the cab supports, look great. No problems whatsoever. Fuel tank looks clean, at least on the outside that is. The only rust we have is our muffler got blown out, so that just gives us an excuse to make it loud. I mean, why not? Yeah, I think we've got a really good foundation for a truck. I'll hold it up in the middle, and then you pull the bolts out. Here, now. Hang. Alright, you ready? Yep. Nice. Just sit over here right now. So we're gonna get up in here with our Rogo lightning bolt blaster and hit all these nasty bolts. And you know what's gonna happen is we're gonna miss one, but we're gonna try our best. That looks like one. So for every one on one side, you got another one on the other side. That's one. Is that one? I don't think it is, but it's gonna be sprayed anyway. Well, this is the way we did it. Is it the best way? Probably not. Are there better ways? I'm sure, but this is the way we're doing it. And I think it'll work as long as this 2x4 holds up, which I think it will. If we can pick it up, surely that 2x4 can. So we've ran a board across the top, through the underside of the bed, and just had ratchet straps to kind of stabilize it. And then we have this one holding up the rear side. So we're gonna use the lift to pick up off of the frame. And I think it's gonna be all right. And the good news is this bed's junk, so if it falls, it's not a problem. We just need to stay safe and get out from under it if it does. Here we go. Let's push the truck forward a little bit.
It's about to hit my side.
Okay. That's enough room. Shouldn't be. Hey, look at there.
My side's pretty good.
All right, let me drop her down in the lock. I'll drive out from under it. Heck yeah. We didn't have to do anything.
No.
Just a little strategic planning and our shoulders don't feel sore. Yes. Now that's how you use your wildfire lift right there. So the reason I wanted to do this and, you know, actually tried to preserve the bed is because I did not want to hurt this bed when we go to pull it off. So I figured if we learned how to do it properly to where we don't scratch anything or dent anything, it'll be much easier when we go to pull the actual bed we want to keep off and put onto the other truck. So that's great. We've got all this room for activity now. So big thing to do is just get this thing out of the way so we can put it back on the lift and get the cab ready to pull off. Well, here's what we've got. We backed the trailer in. We're gonna drop this thing onto the trailer itself and get it out of our way so we can finish taking the cab off. So it's just a matter of boop, and then we're gonna slide it forward. My trailer's too wide to get up under it completely, so not a big deal. We can definitely make this work. We're just gonna have to winch it on and get it up to here where we're going. So anyway, at least it's better than picking it up and having to do it by hand. This side may hit the side of the trailer, but I don't care. I don't want to dent it, you know?
You try it?
Yeah. That's the one. Go ahead.
come around and help me pick it up. There we go. Let's go over here. You'll have to excuse the noise. It is currently coming a flood outside. We haven't had rain in probably a month at this point. But Briar and I have gotten the seat out. We've located all the cab mount bolts, and he has got a socket on there right now. We had 2 in the back, 2 in the front, and I'm about to impact them out of here. I already sprayed them. Ready? Yep. Whoop. There we go. Smoking. Yeah. Man. Making progress. We have currently all the cab mount bolts loose. We just have a whole lot of stuff underneath the hood that we need to take note of where it's at, because if we don't, it's not going to be fun putting it back together. So right now we're going to take our time, be very cautious and careful to remove everything in a very coordinated manner. But we are getting very close to being able to pull this out of here. So once we get it down to that, man, we've got a lot of work ahead of us, but that is a big hurdle out of the way. Everything's ready. We have a ratchet strap around the core support, and we actually took the wheels off so that way we could get like at least another 6 to 8 inches of travel. We got dollies under the rotors here and a jack under here, so whenever we get to the point of being able to pull it out, we'll just tie a strap to the front of the frame and then pull it out so we don't have to walk underneath it. So right now there is weight off of the frame currently. We've got the front of the cab is currently suspended. So the goal here, pick up the front as high as possible and then let the rear catch up in a second. So that way we can clear the engine across here. So, I mean, realistically, the cab only has to, it doesn't have to clear anything, at least on the rear. So if we can get the front to clear the firewall, we're golden. Something broke loose. Oh, the throttle cable. Oh, whoops, forgot about that. I even looked at that last night and I thought, I need to pull that off. Guess what I need to do? That. go past this point, I guess now we can start picking up the rear of the cab. Because that'll level it out and get it past the firewall. It's very close to being cleared. We got the rear of the cab hooked. Coming up. No. Did we run out of space? And we also got the shifter's not all the way out yet. That's what was hanging up, I bet.
Oh, the 4-drive one?
Yeah. We've gone up, I think, high enough. We're pretty much maxed out in the lift, but it is, I think it's gonna clear. So we've got the police car here hooked up to a chain. We're gonna try and pull the frame out very slowly. All right, Briar, go ahead. Dollies keep kicking to one side. All right. Whoop, hold on. Let me kick the rear end out a little bit. That's a little stubby bob now. Kick it back over this way. Whoop! Almost broke my ankle. Getting close. I think he's clear. Let me kick it back this direction here, help him steer a little bit. Man, these dang dollies, I'll tell you what. You're clear, go ahead. Come on. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a cab suspended in the air, ready to drop down and get rid of it. Well, not get rid of it. I ain't getting rid of anything. We're gonna keep it for other stuff, but we're good to go. And there you go. We have the cab off. Everything is ready to go, looking great, feeling good about it. The frame wasn't too bad to get it out of here. I mean, it really looks great once we got it removed. Everything looks nice. So we have a lot of room to kind of do a lot of the work that we have planned, because we've got a lot of work ahead of us, honestly. The plan is clean all this stuff up, maybe re-gasket a few things that need it. We've got to block off a few things, reconnect a few things, reconfigure a few things for that matter. Would like to paint the engine while we have it off, and then, possibly paint the frame just to make it look nice. That way when we go to put it on the truck, as we work on it, as we fix things on it later on, the frame's already done, so we don't have to worry about any of that in the long run. But looks great. I mean, all of our stuff stayed. So we have our complete wire harness, the brakes, everything is there, ready to put back into the black truck where it sits. So we've made some great progress so far, and I'm very happy to see this thing actually working. Taking the wheels off, it helped a ton in getting that thing to where we had the clearance to remove it, because we were pretty close. I mean, that core support was probably like right about here by the time it was like fully moving off this thing. So we had to get every inch of room that we could possibly get. But that does it though. When it's all said and done, now we can just do all the, well, I don't have to do it. You can do all the hard work.
Easy. One day, done. Running and driving.
Oh, all right, go ahead. I'll see you tomorrow.
Double pay though.
Never mind.
And there you have it, folks. The cab is on the ground waiting for the trailer to come in here and pick it up, but we've got a lot of stuff to get out of here. I want to use basically everything inside this thing, including the dash, the steering column, the wiring harness, so that way everything is basically plug and play when it comes to putting the truck onto the frame. Now, on top of that, we also have a lot of work to do to this frame here. We've got to pressure wash it, we have to paint it, go through the engine and make sure that it's cleaned up. We're going to paint that as well. I want it to look really nice, so when you pop the hood on this truck, it looks basically original. And honestly, besides like the EFI and stuff, you really wouldn't know that anything's been done. That's my goal. I want it to look really nice, really original underneath the hood, and just be a good running gear. So a lot of good stuff was accomplished today. We got everything we need to make sure that this running gear is going to be rock solid for this black truck, because it honestly deserves it. I cannot wait to get these two together. But as soon as this is painted, this frame right here, and everything's prepped, all the gaskets are changed, all that good stuff, that truck's going on. We have a little rust repair to do, but other than that, it's going on. So make sure you subscribe, turn on your notifications so you don't miss another update on this truck, because like I said, once things start moving, it's gonna happen fast. I don't want you to miss out on this, guys. And if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. Also, down in the description, t-shirts and stickers are for sale, because all the money that goes towards that goes directly back into projects like this and putting vehicles back on the road that deserve it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next one.